All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a millennial, you've heard about crypto, but maybe you're sick of all the hype. This is for you. What we're going to break down is a super practical, no-nonsense playbook that was built over 3 years of real-world trial and error. All those tough lessons? They're your shortcut now.
And look, that is not an exaggeration. This quote right here gets straight to the heart of it. All the insights we're about to cover, they were paid for with some pretty expensive errors. The goal here is simple: to give you all of that hard-won wisdom without any of the financial pain.
So, after 3 years of just making steady, small investments, this is where the portfolio landed. A pretty solid gain of $8,400. Not bad, right? It just goes to show you, with a consistent strategy, growth is definitely possible. But that's not the whole story.
Yeah, because this is the other number. The more important number, really. The total cost of all the mistakes made along the way was a staggering $12,000. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it perfectly shows that the real value isn't just about the gains. It's about learning how to avoid the losses in the first place. And that brings us to our first, and I gotta say, maybe the most crucial section of this whole thing. Before you even think about what coin to buy, you absolutely have to get your mindset right. This is the foundation, you know? It's what's going to protect you from those common and very expensive pitfalls.
This slide frames it perfectly. Let's be crystal clear about what crypto is and what it absolutely is not. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not a replacement for your 401k. And please, it is not your rent money. What it is a high-risk asset. It's a way to diversify your portfolio a little bit and make a small speculative bet on the future of technology. That's it.
Okay, so if it's not the main course of your financial meal, how much should you have on your plate? That brings us to a really simple but powerful idea for figuring that out. We're calling it the dessert rule. And this chart shows you exactly why that rule is so critical. Just look at this. In this model, a small 5% allocation to crypto actually could have helped a portfolio outperform by 23% over 5 years. Pretty cool. But look what happens when you go way overboard. A 50% allocation could lead to a catastrophic 60% loss. The takeaway is so clear. A little slice can be a great booster, but too much can absolutely sink your entire ship. And this right here, this is the ultimate gut check. Before you put a single dollar in, ask yourself this question. If this money went to zero tomorrow, would I be okay? If the answer is no, you are investing too much. This isn't just some friendly advice, it's the #1 rule for survival in the crypto world, period. Okay, so we've got the right mindset locked in. Now, let's actually build something. This is the 4-layer portfolio. It's a structured approach designed to give you that exposure to crypto's upside while putting some serious guardrails in place to protect you from the worst of the downside.
And here's what that structure looks like in practice. See that huge slice? 60 to 70%? That's for your blue chips, the big established players like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then you've got a smaller slice for promising large caps, a little bit set aside in stablecoins for buying dips, and then a tiny, totally optional sliver for those high-risk moonshots. It's all about balancing stability with that potential for growth. This table breaks it down so perfectly. Just think of it like this. Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of like the S&P 500 index funds of the crypto world. They're your foundation. The large caps like Solana, those are your growth stocks. Higher risk, but maybe higher potential. Stablecoins are your dry powder. It's like cash on the sidelines, ready to go. And the moonshots, well, that's your gambling money, plain and simple.
Now we get to the nuts and bolts. You've got the mindset, you've got the portfolio structure, but how do you actually buy crypto safely? This section is all about the execution and how to avoid those common traps that trip up so many beginners. Let's just walk through these steps. First, stick with the big, well-known, trusted exchanges. Second, here's a pro tip. Link your bank account directly. If you use a debit card, you could end up paying 3 times as much in fees. It's crazy. And third, setting up 2-factor authentication. This is not optional. It is the single most important thing you can do to protect your account. Seriously. So, once you've bought your crypto, where do you keep it? Here's a really simple, tiered strategy based on how much you have. If you're just starting out with, say, under $1,000, leaving it on a reputable exchange is totally fine. As your investment grows, you want to move it to a hot wallet that you control yourself. And for any significant amount, cold storage, which is completely offline, is the absolute gold standard for security. All right, let's talk about the 2 things that cost people more money in crypto than anything else: taxes and scams. These are the hidden traps that can turn a profitable journey into an absolute nightmare. This is where those expensive lessons we talked about really come into play. This timeline shows exactly how brutal crypto taxes can be. So you buy a coin, it pumps up, and you feel like a total genius. Then you trade it for another coin, and bam, right there at point 3, you've just triggered a taxable event. The problem is, if those new coins then crash, you still owe taxes on that phantom gain you made on paper. In this real-world example, it led to a $1,200 tax bill on a portfolio that was only worth $500. Ouch.
And here they are, the receipts from the School of Hard Knocks. Every one of these bullet points is a painful and really expensive lesson. From getting greedy and not taking profits, to trying to be a genius and day trade the market, to just making a careless mistake like sending coins to the wrong address. These are the exact pitfalls this whole guide is designed to help you avoid.
So we have covered a ton of ground. We've got the mindset, the portfolio, the process, and the pitfalls. Now let's pull it all together into an actual plan that you can start using today. This is how you go from just learning about this stuff to actually doing it, safely and confidently. This 30-day plan just breaks it all down into really manageable weekly steps. Week 1 is just about getting your account set up and making a tiny test purchase. Week 2, you start automating your strategy. Week 3 is all about education on the bigger picture, like how taxes work. And then, by week 4, you're ready to look at what you've done and plan your next move. It's a simple, step-by-step process to get you started on the right foot. And as we wrap things up, let's just come back to the single most important idea of this entire explainer. Crypto is exciting, it has a ton of potential, but it is the dessert. It's the fun, speculative part of your financial plan that only comes after you've taken care of the essentials. You know, your emergency fund, your retirement savings. Get those right first.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Based on everything we've just covered, take an honest look at your own financial picture and ask yourself, what role should crypto really play for me? Is it your main course or is it your dessert? Your answer to that question will guide your entire strategy from here on out.